But first, a quick word from FanDuel. When the game tips off, the NBA action is just getting started, and there's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. With FanDuel, you can place live bets throughout the game, so even if you miss the opening tip-off or want to place a bet in the fourth quarter, you can stay in on the action, and if you're looking for bigger payouts, you can combine your live bets into same-game parlays. Right now, new FanDuel customers can get $150 in bonus bets if their first $5 bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to join today. That is FanDuel.com/UCSS for your shot at $150 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Speaking of FanDuel, they have released their 2026 Super Bowl odds. It's 278, and I hate calling it 2026 because technically it is 2025, but the Super Bowl will be played next year.
You can just say the odds for the 25-26 season if you want.
Yeah, but I don't like doing that. It's the 25 season, the 26 Super Bowl, whatever. Next year's Super Bowl, the odds are out. Before I show you this, these are FanDuel. Well, I know you mentioned it in Bet Rivers already, so I'm going to exclude you from this.
Yeah.
Dustin and Jason, what do you think the Browns' odds to win the 2026 Super Bowl are at this point, this day and time?
I would say, for next year, they're probably plus 4,000.
No, more than that.
5,000?
Jason? I just combined Jason and Dustin into one person.
Dustin gets called Justin all the time.
I don't even correct anybody anymore.
My apologies. Jason?
It was so funny, especially when we first went on the air for Bull and Fox, that nobody ever got my name wrong, even though nobody in Cleveland knew me before I moved here. And yet he played on the national championship Buckeye team, and people would call him Justin all the time.
That's funny.
My
bizarre.
Apologies, Dustin.
No,
Jason,
I don't care.
What's your guess?
Yeah.
I'm not good on gambling lines. Dustin's the pro on this. I feel like you sent us something, but now I don't remember what it was.
I did send it in the rundown last night.
So I said,
Might be double what I said.
I'll say 5,000.
You guys are both
Is it like 10,000?
way off. And let's take the graphic here. The Giants have the worst Super Bowl odds. 210 to 1.
It's 1,400 to 1.
The Titans, 200 to 1. The Raiders, 190 to 1. The Browns, the Panthers, and the Patriots at 140 to 1. The Jets and New Orleans at 120 to 1. Do you want to see the top odds just for the sake of seeing the top 5 teams before we dive into the Browns?
Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore.
Eagles, Baltimore,
Eagles at plus 600. Chiefs, Ravens plus 650. The Bills plus 750. The Lions, 10 to 1, and the Niners at 5 to 1. And go one more down for the AFC North odds, just so we're all on the same page here. We just mentioned the Ravens at plus 650, the Bengals 18 to 1, the Steelers 65 to 1, and the Browns at 140 to 1. But let's go back to the Browns and go back to 278.
That was way off, man.
In the same grouping with Carolina and New England. Is that the appropriate spot for the Browns heading into the 2025 season?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all those teams belong there.
No, because Carolina and New England have quarterbacks they believe in.
That's fair enough.
New England definitely does. Carolina should, but I don't know that they do, but maybe they do.
I put Cleveland below them.
100%.
Until you have a quarterback.
You could make an argument. Show that whole list again. I mean, you could make the argument that the Browns have less of a chance than any team in football. Obviously, the Giants, Titans, and Raiders all don't have quarterbacks either, but at least the Giants are in the NFC where it's easier to make the playoffs, and the Titans are in a division where only the Texans are good. Whereas, the Raiders, it's a bad situation there. But
I don't know why the Jets are above the Browns. I'd put the Jets there too, I guess.
I think the Jets have a little bit of a better team minus quarterback, but it's still bad. New Orleans, they'll have Derek Carr as their quarterback, who's not very good. None of those teams are any. If you look at that board, and let me bring it up one more time. If you said, give me the best shot of making the playoffs next year, who would you say?
Of making the playoffs?
Yeah. I don't think any of them have a great shot, but I know who I'd pick.
I would say the Giants.
Interesting.
My choice. I like their coach.
Okay.
And if they can figure out their quarterback situation.
I think I'd say the Saints.
See, I'd say Carolina. Because I like their quarterback, and they're in a terrible division. Now, the Saints are in a terrible division, too.
Right.
But I think Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young has way more upside than Derek Carr. I mean, Derek Carr is what he is.
I was kind of going off the division and the NFC.
You guys are smarter than me.
Yeah, that factored in. my last choice to make the playoffs would be either the Browns or the Raiders, probably. And Titans right there, too.
I would say the Raiders. I'd put the Raiders below the Browns.
Yeah, they're going to get Russell Wilson and they'll win 8 games.
Well, if they get Russell Wilson, I'll probably change that answer. But right now, today, I think I'd put the Raiders below the Browns.
The Raiders and Browns are in good divisions in a good conference.
Yeah. And I like I don't know. I think the Browns need to just retool this whole thing.
Yeah.
But part of me, I think, understands the illusion of if we get a quarterback, we can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But what does that get you? Because you're not close to a championship. Like being a playoff contender, being a Super Bowl contender are completely, to me,
Yes.
are totally different conversations.
Yes. The Steelers may be a playoff contender next year. They're not a Super Bowl contender.
I don't think so.
No,
in
you're
the
not winning a
AFC.
Super Bowl with Russell Wilson or Justin Fields.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe somebody else will be
Not
the
today's
quarterback.
NFL.
No. So if you don't have a quarterback, you're not a Super Bowl contender, period.
Yeah.
End of conversation.
You make playoffs.
Yeah. But you're more likely to do it in the NFC, where the competition is just not as good top to bottom. But, yeah, those odds are completely reasonable, especially now it's early. I mean, free agency will move things around a little bit. Certainly the draft will change things around a little bit. But right now, I mean, you're certainly not going to bet on any of those teams to win a Super Bowl. Because the best quarterback on that board is either Drake May or Bryce Young, I
Young,
guess.
Yeah.
What do you think of the AFC North odds, Bull? And go down to?
Go ahead. So
That's Super Bowl odds.
that's super. Oh, that's the AFC
Within
Super
the
Bowl
division?
odds. Oh,
Yeah, AFC North
okay.
teams. for Super Bowl
not
odds.
winning the division.
No, this is for the Super Bowl odds, just AFC North teams.
I think they're all reasonable. I mean,
Yeah.
the Ravens, plus 650. I get it. The Bengals at 18-1. That's probably somewhere between the 6th and 10th best odds, probably, which makes sense. The Steelers 65-1. They're like on the fringe of.
They'll move up when they get a quarterback. When they
I mean, I don't. Do you think any of those numbers are way out of line?
right
Anybody?
now,
No.
no, not right now.
No.
The Bengals are 6th, by the way.
They have the 6th? No, 7th, because there were 6 on that top 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But you had 2 teams tied.
Oh, I missed the Eagles. 7th. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, so there's
I
7.
I scrolled down 1. I missed that.
Right. So, yeah, they're 7th.
Yeah, 7th.
I would actually have the Bengals ahead of the 49ers right now. But the 49ers are in a little flaw. But then again, the Bengals defense was bad. But I don't know. I mean, if Joe Burrow's healthy, they'll make the playoffs next year. I got to believe. I can't imagine he's going to be healthy and they won't make the playoffs 2 years in a row, even with their defense. But we'll see what happens, if they keep T. Higgins or not. There's talk about them franchise tagging him again this year, which would probably not make him happy, although he'd make almost $30 million.
Yeah.
But the Niners are in flux. Deebo Samuel's wanted out. Ayuk's coming off injury.
Yeah.
They get. Do they?
And the Ayuk thing,
McCaffrey has had
McCaffrey's
injury
getting old.
last couple of years.
the
so
Ayuk
he's
thing
old.
was messy last year. So what happens to that now?
Yeah.
Guys have long memories on stuff like that.
The Niners get that based on reputation because
I think they've been tremendously run to this. But now,
right. They
what
have,
happens?
but they had a bad season.
They've had a ton of injuries too.
Personally, I'm not 100% sold on Brock Purdy yet.
Are
you guys?
I'm probably 90.
Yeah, I'm with Jason. I mean,
Is he a top 10 NFL quarterback? Not to me.
I mean, we'd have to go through. Let's just put a list up.
Yeah.
Like one day on the show, let's just
I hate
come
the whole
up.
top 10
I
quarterback
do
thing.
too. It drives me crazy.
You
So
hate
let's
what?
it drives me
because
nuts.
Jalen Hurts is by our standards not a top 10 quarterback.
By
so,
what standards?
So let's just come
I
up with
think
a
he
tote
is.
board. Let's come up with a tote board of top 10 quarterbacks so we can stop saying every day, was he a top 10 quarterback? We can just look at the board.
Then how do you define a top 10 quarterback?
However you personally define it.
Do you want to have a day next week where we just make that a topic? We debate the top 10 quarterbacks in football?
Next Wednesday.
Next one, we can do it next Wednesday. I'm
All
ready to know
right,
that.
let's do this real quick. I'm going to do it real quick now because Jason brought it up. All right? Let's go to
So
this.
screw your idea.
Screw your idea, Mike.
Just toss that out the
listen,
window.
this is the preliminary.
Kill! Real quick.
Let's do it
This
a
is
lot
the
worse
preliminary
by
list
doing
with
it
no
right now.
research.
Yes. All right.
And then next Wednesday, we'll do it with
I
research.
will go through the division. You will talk about the quarterbacks that you think at least should be in the argument, and we'll see how many we have, and then we'll take out who we don't think's in the top 10. Fair?
Do what now?
I don't know.
Okay. AFC East. What AFC East?
I'm sorry, Mike. This is my fault.
What AFC East quarterbacks?
Actually, I think it's my fault.
What AFC East quarterbacks are at least have an
Josh
argument
Allen.
for being top 10? Obviously,
Allen.
Josh Allen. Jets, nobody. Is Tua have an argument for top 10?
No.
Dustin.
I mean,
Well, his advanced numbers are through the roof.
All right, let's put him in the conversation.
through the roof.
So put him in the Can you write the names down, Mike? Josh Allen and Tua, and then Drake May, obviously not.
No.
AFC North, you got Lamar and you got Burrow.
Yep.
So we're up to 4 guys. AFC South,
C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud.
Put him on there.
Nobody Titans, nobody Colts, and Trevor Lawrence, no.
No.
AFC
you
West,
probably said differently
Mahomes.
last year.
What's that?
I said you probably would have said differently a year or two ago about Lawrence, maybe, no?
Maybe, but he's only had 1 good year, so I can't put him up there.
All right, so good, move on.
West Mahomes.
West Mahomes, Justin Herbert, put him on the list.
Yep. No one from Raiders.
Nobody from the Raiders.
Broncos, no.
Bo Nix is
Bo Nix not top 10.
Not there
No.
yet.
No. Okay, that's the AFC. NFC East, Jaden Daniels. I'm putting him in the conversation.
Sure,
even though
put him in
1
the
year.
conversation.
Yeah.
In the conversation.
Jalen Hurts, put him in the conversation.
Jalen Hurts in there. Dak Prescott, put him in there.
Yeah.
We'll see if we knock him out because we're going to have more than 10 guys. And then the Giants, nobody. NFC North, Caleb Williams, no.
Sam Darnold, no.
Sam Darnold, no. Put Jared Goff in the mix. I don't know if he makes it, but put him in there.
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love, put him
Put
in
him
the
on
mix.
there, yeah.
Possible. NFC South, Baker.
No.
I think he's got to be in the mix.
Got to be in the
All
mix.
right, put him in the mix. Put him in the mix.
He can be in the mix. He's not
We'll
going to
put Baker in the mix. We'll probably cut him out. But
we'll cut
he
him out.
coming off the season, he deserves to be in the conversation.
Fair. That's fair.
All right. No, but nobody for the Saints. Bryce Young, no. And
Falcons?
Falcons, no.
No.
And finally, the NFC West.
Seattle, no.
Seattle.
Purdy in the conversation.
Purdy.
Put Purdy in the conversation.
Stafford.
Stafford, not anymore. Not
Kyler
anymore.
Murray.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Stafford still, yeah.
You put Stafford still in the
They're
conversation?
one play away from the Super Bowl, dude.
Fair enough. No, from the NFC Championship.
That's what I meant. I think they win, I think
Okay,
they
so
win
you
the
want
NFC
the
title.
total number of guys that we
So
have in the
Stafford, are we
conversation.
putting Kyler Murray in there? No.
No.
All right, how many
Without
guys we
Kyler
got?
Murray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15
So
quarterbacks.
almost half the list.
Okay.
So that's the list. Next Wednesday we'll cut it to 10.
All right, fair enough.
That's how you do
That's
business,
it.
guys.
Yeah.
That's good, Mike. We have
That is
15
good.
guys that at least deserve conversation.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
love it.
Is this
Will
gonna,
Baker make that top 10?
is this
or
going to
will
be
he
like
win
the Hall of
5 guys?
Fame where everyone has to come up with their guy and they have to present to the group and you have
It should
debate
be.
for 2 hours?
It should be.
I think
All right.
Baker's going to get better because
We'll have some
he's
fun with
done all this without a lot. I mean, they had Mike Evans, but like the other guys are kind of nondescript. Like they're going to add.
The big knock on Baker, and maybe he does ultimately, is that he turns the ball over more than all those guys.
And then we can definitively say the UCSS top 10 so we could stop
That's right.
asking, is he a top 10
Well,
quarterback?
We'll do this
We'll
every
know.
summer.
Jay will disagree with it because
Jay's
he'll have
not
his
on
own.
my list,
No.
He'll have his own top 10.